Yes.
Okay.
Aren't you recording on that?
Well, that's my policy. There's also...
That's my policy.
Well, there's a city ordinance that's
No, it doesn't. Don't lie to me.
recording those. Well, it does, sir, and it's actually...
No, it
posted on
doesn't.
the door.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Then arrest me. Arrest me.
I'm going to ask you to stop recording.
No.
Please.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm going to ask you to...
No. No.
Mr. Palmer, there is a city policy, city ordinance rather, that states you are not allowed to record inside of a city building. I'm asking you please to stop recording. If you cannot do that, then I'm going to ask you...
Where's my complaint form?
Then I'm going to ask you to please leave the building.
Where's my complaint form?
Here's your complaint form. Again, I'm going to ask you to stop recording. If you can't do so...
I said I'm not talking to you.
Every time Mr. Palmer's up to ask for a complaint form, perfectly fine, gave him the complaint form. I realized that as he's standing at the window, he's recording on the body camera. I asked him to please stop, informing him of our city ordinance that prohibits the use of recording inside city buildings without the authorization of all those being recorded. Proceeded to basically tell me to where I go and how to get there. Used his middle finger. Asked him if he's going to continue to record and please leave the building. Said he's no longer going to speak with me. Asked to speak with the supervisor. So here we are.
If I want idiocy and stupidity, I'll talk to a fire hydrant.
Today's video was filmed by UAW Sucks on July 8th, 2024. And it features the Easley Police Department in Easley, South Carolina. Now this video speaks to me for a lot of reasons. Number one, we all know there's no expectation of privacy in public and you can film any government building. But also because of the stupid, silly city ordinance that they put into effect. Ultimately as an attempt to castrate the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. This ordinance says, Chapter 99, Controlled Access to City Property. Section 15, Audio and/or video recording anywhere inside of city buildings except during duly noticed public meetings, or as otherwise approved by the mayor or his or her designee. Except as otherwise approved by the mayor or his or her designee, audio and/or video recording may be conducted within the city council chamber and any room or office within which said activity has been authorized by law. Any person found to be conducting audio or video recording, except as authorized by herein, must cease doing so immediately if any visitor, city employee, or city official expresses his, her desire not to be recorded. Now I really appreciate the City of Easley's ingenuity in this matter, trying to subvert and downright rewrite the United States Constitution. But it doesn't work like that. And policies like these are as good as the paper that they're written on. Now that we're talking about policy, another policy comes to mind. The United States Constitution, especially the part where it says that any law that abridges the Constitution is in itself unconstitutional. So I called up the City of Easley Police Department to let them know I was interested in coming there and doing some filming. And as both luck and chance would have it, I got the same lieutenant on the phone that appeared in this video. I started the conversation real mild, like I had no idea what I was talking about, and I had no idea about the law. He went on to confirm that it actually is a policy that they're willing to arrest and trespass you on. And it's interesting. They say that if you don't follow their policy, the policy which is unconstitutional, then you've now engaged in disrupting government operations and disorderly conduct. At that point, you've committed a crime and you're subject to immediate arrest. So on paper, in an ordinance, they're saying that your constitutional protected activity can be converted into a crime at will by some hillbilly with absolutely no education or training. As the conversation progresses, I let him know exactly who I am. At that point, it becomes less an ordinance and more of a play it by ear. Well, I'm looking to see how they play this by ear, because I'm going to go there. I'm going to film inside the government facility. I'm not going to ask any permission. And once they tell me I have to leave, I'm not going to. Then I'm going to get my high-priced city lawyer to sue the ever-loving pants off of them. And then I'm going to take Easley for a ton of money. But I'm thinking it's not even going to get that far. Because government likes to pick on people that they perceive as weak. People they think can't fight back. And they think that this videographer can't fight back. I can. I got a massive following behind me, and I'm so well versed in constitutionality, I'm in case law. So I'm willing to see how they play this one out. Let's jump into the video.
Complaint form?
Sure. Let me find out what that form actually looks like.
You don't let people complain about you, huh?
No, you're welcome to, sir.
I know it don't do no good, but it's on the record.
Are you recording on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Aren't you recording on that?
Well, that's my policy. There's also.
It's my policy.
Well, there's a city ordinance that's
No, it doesn't. Don't lie to me.
recording those. Well, it does, sir, and it's actually.
No, it
posted on
doesn't.
the door.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Now at this point, the videographer is actually insulted. His sensibilities have been offended. Because what type of idiot must this cop take him for to think that he would believe there's some sort of law prohibiting him filming in a public place? He had no idea at the time he was filming this that such a stupid ordinance even existed.
Yes, it does.
Then arrest me. Arrest me.
I'm going to ask you to stop recording.
No.
Please.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm going to ask you to.
No. No.
Another cop that doesn't understand the meaning of the word no. I'm gonna ask you to give up your rights. No. I'm gonna ask you to follow an unconstitutional policy. No. I'm gonna ask you not to make me famous for being an oath-breaking tyrant. No! Now the citizen isn't following these unconstitutional orders, so it's time to call in backup. Men with guns to engage in violence on a citizen that's committed no crimes.
City Hall. Daniel Palmer's causing 1049.
Daniel Palmer's causing 1049. And the 1049 call sign for the Easley Police Department is a disturbance. This is how innocent people get hurt by dirty cops. The definition of a disturbance is a breakdown of peaceful and law-abiding behavior, or the interruption of a settled and peaceful condition. That's not what Daniel's doing. He's peacefully and quietly filming in a government facility, a place he has every right to be with his camera. He's not following unconstitutional orders, and he's peacefully remaining, asking for a complaint form. But the people at dispatch don't care about what Daniel's actually doing. They respond based on the description that this stupid cop is giving them. And that's an irate antagonist committing a disruption, or disturbance. And they respond as such. And staggering statistics show us that the ineptitude of these officers ultimately lead to harm on citizens. Last year, only 400 police officers were harmed in the line of duty. But over 3,000 citizens lost their lives at the hands of police. Police talk about officer safety. A citizen is literally 5 times more likely to be killed by a cop than a cop is to be hurt by a citizen. And citizens are getting hurt by cops because of stupid radio calls like this and unconstitutional policy.
Mr. Palmer, there is a city policy, city ordinance rather, that states you are not allowed to record inside of a city building. I'm asking you please to stop recording. If you cannot do that, then I'm going to ask you.
Where's my complaint form?
Then I'm going to ask you to please leave the building.
Where's my complaint form?
Then I'm asking you to leave the building if you will not stop recording. You're welcome to a complaint form, but I'm going to ask you to please stop recording. If you refuse to do so, then I'm going to ask you to leave. Are you refusing to stop recording?
Where's your supervisor?
He's on his way.
Good. Now let's talk to him. I'm done talking to you.
Okay.
If I want idiocy and stupidity, I'll talk to a fire hydrant. If I want idiocy and stupidity, I'll talk to a fire hydrant.
It was great the first time, but playing that in slow-mo is even better. If I want idiocy and stupidity, I'll talk to a fire hydrant. Cop's response? Okay. I always said when I grew up, I would be a fire hydrant.
complaint form. Again, I'm gonna ask you to stop recording. You can't do so.
I said I'm not talking to you.
It's almost funny how out of his depth this cop is. He's outwitted and outmatched. And he just keeps digging himself into a deeper and deeper hole. I've literally seen more intelligent fire hydrants. See what I did there? And now this underwhelming cop is going to call his backup, and we're going to wait until it comes. And a few moments later, the supervisor on duty and lieutenant is going to walk on the door to double down on this illegal policy.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Palmer's up to ask for a complaint form. Perfectly fine. Gave him the complaint form. I realized that as he's standing at the window, he's recording on the body camera. I asked him to please stop and inform him of our city ordinance that prohibits the use of recording inside city buildings without the authorization of all those being recorded. Proceeded to basically tell me to where I go and how to get there. Used his middle finger. Asked him if he's going to continue to record and please leave the building. Said he's no longer going to speak with me. Asked to speak with the supervisor. So here we are.
This is mind-blowing. Yes, here we are. A citizen that had broken no laws was engaged in his First Amendment right and constitutionally protected activity for free speech, freedom of the press, and to petition a government for the redress of his grievances. The city has an unconstitutional policy. The citizen chose not to follow that unconstitutional policy, as he's free to under the actual Constitution. And now, two corrupt cops want to put him in cuffs. That sounds nuts! But that's the world that we live in, and the cop summed it up well when he said, here we are now. Because in 2024, this is exactly what government looks like.
I've asked him to he's welcome to fill out his form, but he's not welcome to record inside the building.
Right. Do you understand that is a city ordinance about recording in the building?
You know, I was at that meeting where you passed that stupid ordinance, and a whole lot of recorders were there as well. It doesn't violate, it violates my First Amendment right. And you should already know that because I've been recording ever since. I went to the police station and recorded Lieutenant Evans as he spoke to me, and I told him.
Right.
Now, just because you have to support him because he's your brother in blue, ooh, you got nice blue t-shirts now. No, I will not stop recording. It is my right. Now, if you want a lawsuit, and because it's a First Amendment violation, you will lose your quality immunity. Quantitative? Prohibited immunity.
I think the word that my friend there was looking for is qualified immunity. And for these police officers to enforce a totally and wholly unconstitutional ordinance that's violative of the United States Constitution, if he files suit, that absolutely pierces their qualified immunity. I think it's funny that we put the word qualified in front of it, because the last thing any police officer is qualified. They should call it unqualified immunity.
What's she looking at? She's trying to get a witness. She got nothing better to do.
What business do you have here?
I got business. I'm filing out a complaint. Now, what is it your business?
Here on the disturbance?
There's no disturbance. He created a disturbance by trying to violate my rights.
No, sir.
Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to talk this out, or are you going to put the cuffs on me?
If they want you placed on trespass, we're going to place you on
No,
trespass
you're not.
from here.
No, you're not.
Yes, sir.
It's a public facility. You already tried that at the library. It didn't work because a lawsuit's coming.
That's fine. That's fine.
Of course, this cop's response to getting sued is, it's fine. It's no skin off his back because he doesn't foot the bill. The bill goes to the taxpayers. So if he costs this municipality a whole lot of money, it's fine. This part of things never made sense to me. A cop does something wrong, and then someone else has to pay for that mistake. Only in a cop's world does it work that way. Say a cop pulls someone over, finds that they've broken the law, then wants to arrest that person. And the suspect says, actually, no, sorry, I may have made the mistake, but someone else is going to pay for it. This is my brother, Jim. You can go ahead and send him to jail. When have the cops ever responded by saying, that's fine? If every cop had to come out of their own paycheck whenever they've broken the law, there'd be no police. There'd be no police. Sorry, daydreaming there.
And I got a good lawyer, not one of these good old boys that went to Easley High School.
Do they want him on trespass?
We'll have to give
Good, how are you, sir?
So now you're soliciting a trespass?
No, I asked him to find out if they want you placed on trespass.
That's soliciting a trespass. It's a felony.
No, sir.
Yes, it is.
You're violating the city ordinance.
No, there is no city ordinance.
You just said there was a city ordinance. You said you were there when they passed it.
Yes. So you go ahead, do whatever. Is he going to put the cuffs on me?
We would love to.
What do you think, Lieutenant Evans? What do you think about Mr. Palmer? You want to arrest me? You want to arrest me again? He's not. He's trying to violate my rights again because of that Easley High School dropout, Blinky.
I don't want to arrest you. Nobody wants to arrest
Well, then walk away.
I can't.
Walk away. Walk away. I have the right. Don't I have the right? You got the right. What about these cameras in here? There, you got the right. It's got the right. It's got the right.
City ordinances and policies passed. You were there to meet them, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I also have already recorded and recorded and recorded. No. No. You can put me in jail again?
I don't want to.
Well, you already did at the library meeting. You were there.
No, I was not.
You were at the jail.
Yeah, I was.
At a public meeting, at a public building, you arrested me with a traffic ticket. With a traffic ticket. And what did I tell you?
I have no clue, man.
4 months ago I told you, and that night I told you. Now, if you guys are done harassing me, I'd like to fill out my complaint. Give me the money. Just give me the money. That's all these Nazis understand. Now, for those of you who went to Easley High School and you don't know what a Nazi is or Gestapo or fascism
No,
is,
you go easily, don't worry.
whenever you incorporate a city, county, state, or country, that's fascism. Incorporated. Oh, you got a meeting tonight. Are you going to trespass me from there to a public meeting for the city and everything?
No, sir. I want to trespass you from anywhere.
You just want to threaten me. I don't take threats. I'm from up north. I got an education. You said if I don't stop recording, you're going to ask you to leave. You're going to solicit a trespass. It's all recorded. It's going to make good time on my channel. You know I got a channel, right?
It's called American Patriots.
No, that's my friend. You guys think that that's
Oh, it's
me.
your cousin.
No, it's not a cousin. It's we call him cousin.
Oh,
we
no,
call
I
him
understand.
everything.
Friends, I understand completely.
My Facebook is Daniel Palmer because I ain't afraid of you tyrants. I ain't afraid.
No, hey, go back to YouTube now.
Are you a
What's the name of
Baptist?
your channel?
UAW?
I've already told you I'm Presbyterian. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago, man.
Did you go to Easley High School?
Absolutely not. I told you that.
Good.
You're
Well,
stupid.
I'm old. My neurons don't fire no more because I had that
That's
stroke,
true.
you know?
Yes.
And this leg don't work.
Yeah,
You
leg
guys
drops
got,
or what?
huh?
Is it called leg drops or neuropathy?
No, it won't, it's female, it won't obey.
Daniel?
My signature did get better after the stroke.
Did it really?
Yeah, because of the therapy.
Yeah.
All the therapy, yeah.
Well, that works.
Yes, I like to have a signed copy of this. You don't want to play Gopher today? Well,
Yeah, I ain't signing nothing.
hold that.
I can definitely do that.
I don't sign anything either.
Watch that leg, man.
Oh, it ain't the leg. It all comes from my back. My balance and all that stuff. Here she comes. Could I get a copy and a stamp?
Sure. One second. You got the clipboard?
I got it.
Still? Okay.
I wouldn't steal it.
Oh, no, I know.
I'm from up north. We're not thieves. We got integrity.
There's thieves all over his world, man. South is bad, though.
So they called you to deal with my problem? You just happen to be
Ready,
here?
I'll come visit.
So when we finish this lawsuit, it'll take 6 months or so.
Okay.
I'll be back in here and I have some nice video cameras. I have a couple people with me and I'm going to record the hell out of this place. And come get me. And on the one channel, it shows Major Hamby, tourist. 2 male tourists were on the front sidewalk recording the building, recording things around, and he threatened them, told them to get off the sidewalk.
Now, I think we can all realize that this videographer called the ordinance, cops, and City Hall's bluff. No arrest was made that day because he stood his ground. And like I said, I spoke with the supervisor in this video on the phone. And when he had no idea who I was, it was an immediately arrestable ordinance. An offense comparable to the most heinous crimes imaginable. And then I told him who I was, and then all of a sudden, it was more of a play it by ear thing. You don't play the Constitution by ear. There is no black and white. It is simply definitive, absolute. It cannot be negotiated, and it cannot be haggled or bargained. These are inalienable rights, guaranteed to every American citizen under its jurisdiction. It seems that the City of Easley in South Carolina has forgotten that. Well, I think that videographer in this video is here to remind them. We don't care about policy. We care about law, we care about freedom, and we care about the United States Constitution. That is the supreme law of the land. And it cannot and will not be thwarted, despite the threats and intimidation from armed clowns. So keep an eye out in my videos, because pretty soon Easley, South Carolina is going to be in the title. And I'll be filming from inside our, not their, buildings. And that's the reason I stopped you today. Make sure you check out UAW Sucks. His original video link and channel will be in the description of this one. Stay tuned for updates and let him know I sent you. And what do you guys think about Easley creating an unconstitutional policy thwarting our very republic and the Constitution of the United States? Let me know in the comments section.